All right, let's move on to stage 2. And maybe we want to put a little comment over here. This was stage 1. Now we're going to move to stage 2. So we're not going to print this out anymore. We're going to replace this with some code. So this is all of stage 2 is going to happen inside of this else block. So it will all be indented over here. So here is stage 2. We're going to roll the dice again and calculate the sum. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, let's wait just a second. Let's read this. There's actually a more straightforward way of doing this. If this sum is x, you win. So if you get your original roll, so if you rolled a 6 in stage 1, then that's how you win, is by getting a 6 again in stage 2. So you have to re-roll your original roll. If the sum is 7, you lose. If the sum is anything else, you repeat stage 2. So the only numbers that matter in stage 2 are your original roll and 7. So the only thing you can get to stage 2 is 4, 5, 6, or 8, 9, 10. So whatever you roll, if it's a 9, you have to roll a 9 again. If it's a 10, you have to roll a 10 again. If you roll a 7, the game is over and you lose. Okay, so we need to we're going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling until it's either X, your original roll, which you win, or 7 and you lose. Okay, so let's go ahead and implement this. And we're going to use a while loop. So we're going to repeat this procedure until the X or the 7. Now, I'm going to do the pattern where I'm going to say while true, because I want it to, stage 2 will definitely involve at least one repetition. So this is a case where we could use the while true. So we're going to make this loop an infinite loop until we break it. Okay, so, and it'll make more sense once I finish all of the code here. So we're going to re-roll, and let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to copy and paste this over here. And we're going to say new X. That's like our new total. So maybe I could have given this a different name, but that's okay. So we're just going to get a new roll. We're going to keep rolling. All right, now, if this new X, if it equals the old one, so if it equals X, this is the old roll or original roll, then we win. So we're going to print out you rolled, make sure this is an F string, X again, you win. And then what we need here is a break statement. So we need to get out of this loop. So the condition for the while loop is down here in this, over here. So we talked about this before. Otherwise, so else, and we need another check another condition. Actually, we don't need another else. We can just do another if. So if new X equals 7, then the game is over. Print you rolled a 7, you lose. Actually, I don't even need an F statement because there's only one possibility over here. So that's and then we need a break statement again. So if the person rolled a 7, that means the game is over and you lose. Otherwise, you do nothing, right? So if you rolled anything else, and we can make this an LF, it doesn't matter. So the logic doesn't matter here, because if it's it will break out of the entire loop if you roll your original roll. You could say elif. So otherwise, check if it's 7, and then you lose, and also break out. So it'll just exit out of the game, and the game will be over. Okay, so we're going to keep on doing this until we rolled a 6 or a 7. Now, what we could do here is we'll actually employ this if, elif, and then else. Otherwise, we'll just say you rolled a new X, and we'll just say continue rolling. Okay. So otherwise, we'll just keep going. So the loop will just repeat. So this loop will just continue to repeat. So let's cover the entire logic once again. So in stage 1, what happens is we roll a dice, we get the total, it's X. If it's 2, 3, or 12, we just print you lose, game is over. If it's 7 or 11, we win and game is over. Otherwise, we enter stage 2 where we go into this while loop, which will always happen. And we're going to roll the die again. So at each iteration, the first thing we do is roll the die again. We get a new total, and then we check this new total. So if it is X, so it's our original, so this variable has not changed. It's important we don't write over this variable. This keeps our original roll. Then we say we rolled it again and we win. And then we break out of the loop, which brings us down here. And then we're already at the end of the program. So that is it. Elif, if we roll a 7, that means we lose. So we're going to print that out and then we break out of the loop. And otherwise, we just continue to roll. And then what will happen here is it'll just go back to the top. It'll check the condition, which is always true, and then it'll just re-roll the die. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. And now we're going to run this again and see what happens. And this is all going to happen very fast. There's no pauses in here, so it'll just get printed out to the screen. So here we started off in stage 1. We rolled a 7. We immediately won. There was no stage 2. Let's keep going. Here we rolled a 2 and we lost in stage 1. I want to see an example where we do get to stage 2. All right, this is great. So we made it to stage 2. Okay, so we rolled a 4 and a 1. So a total of 5. Then we moved on to stage 2. And then we rolled a 6, 2. None of this matters. Continue rolling, continue rolling. And finally, we rolled a 5 again, and we won. Okay, great. So kept on rolling till we got a 5 or a 7. All right, I want to do one more example where we roll a 7 and lose in stage 2. And so lucky for me, this was the very next roll. So we began with a 4, which means we move on to stage 2. And then we rolled a 9, continue rolling, and then we rolled a 7, and we lost. Okay, so those are all the possibilities. Okay, so that completes a simple 1 round of this craps game. So we saw that, here's stage 1, and then here's stage 2 with our while loop.